Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to my man cave. My name is Elvaughn Riley, and I'm happy to be here today to speak to the viewers watching this bold gathering from Lutheran Men in Mission, and I'm honored to be asked by a friend, Kevin Burke, to speak and share my story. Shout out to Kevin and his family. Hope all is well. So let's get down to it. If you see me glancing, I'm looking at my notes. I'm nervous. I usually speak a lot. I'm a community advocate and a 5-year Navy veteran. And even in my years in the Navy, I was doing public speaking, giving trainings. I worked in the training department. I went from aviation until my last 2 years. I worked in the training department, training people on programs on the ship. Being a Navy career counselor and everything. So I'm used to speaking in front of crowds and groups, but it's all different, So got my notes here on my phone, and I just want to make sure that I get the message out. Also my mission is to build new relationships. Hopefully, after you hear this, I can connect with new people, and I get to know you guys, get to know your story, and we can just make this thing happen. My whole goal is to just be the best example to my community, and also to bridge the gap from my community to your community. There's been a lot of stuff going on, a lot of craziness on top of COVID. Just a lot of racial separation in this country, and I don't like it at all. I would come back, from Japan, serving, in Korea, these past 5 years to come back to a country where I see a lot of death, a lot of my people dying, a lot of just a lot of hatred. I didn't come back for that. I didn't serve my country for that. I served my country so that we can unite as Americans. Because at the end of the day, we're all human beings, and we all serve the same God. And in this country, we're all Americans, no matter what color you are. You live in this country, you breathe this country's air, you are an American. And if anybody has a problem with that, you can tell them that a United States Navy veteran has said that you're an American. So, yeah, but let me get some background. My name is Elvaughn Riley. Born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, born and raised. With the help of the Lutheran Church, was my home church. My pastor was Pastor Mary Martha. I'm the son, the fifth child of Lawrence and Linda Riley, fifth out of seven. So I grew up with a really big, busy household. I'm the tallest. I'm the tallest sibling. I'm 6'5". Everybody else is short. So I'm blessed with the height. And just that alone just goes to like what you will hear from me today. So pretty much I grew up in a Lutheran church my whole life. I was baptized at the age of 1 by Pastor Mary Martha, and being in Hebetha, we come from an inner city congregation, so the whole congregation mostly is comprised of I say an estimate of like I'm gonna say 96% African American. For real, it's just mostly predominantly black. But the thing about Hebetha is that we every Sunday will be a partner church there from other Lutheran churches will come, and they will worship with us and praise with us. And I look forward. I was a kid, but every Sunday I look forward to meeting the guests and going to talk to them because they were different from me. At the age of like 7, my whole school was mostly just I had white teachers, but the students were mostly black, and so I would see like somebody of white my age. At the age of 7, I would go talk to them. And I've always been away my whole life. Always been a fan of diversity and a fan of the melting pot. I want to know where you're from. What do you do? Hey, why are we so different? I know our skin colors are, but most of the time we like the same things. As a kid, we all liked X-Men. We all like video games and Pokemon cards. The only thing separating us was where I lived and where you lived in our skin color. And so my pastor seen that growing up, and also shout out to Molly Haggerty. Molly Haggerty, she also took it upon herself when she met me when I was 9 years old, and I guess she seen something in me. She seen a star, a star in the making. and she would take me with her youth group because we didn't have a youth group in Hepatha. So she would take me with her youth group, and I would be like, one of the only black kids there, probably me and another member of Hepatha, another young youth member of Hepatha would go. But me and her is kind of like we understood each other, and our she became a second mom to me, and she got me involved in Imago Day, Crossways Lutheran camps, and I became a camp counselor in my late teenage years, 19, 20, and 21. I became a camp counselor, and that was probably one of the best times of my life. Like, oh my God, phenomenal. I didn't like it at first. It was a little weird, with the songs. You ever been to Crossways camps? They got these songs, and it was really weird. Everybody's so happy, and it was like kind of like a Christian Woodstock. They were just, everybody just so like, just happy and mellow and like, oh my God, and I'm like, oh, this is strange, but it turned out to be so mind blowing for me, and it helped me become a better person, and it helped me become I know for one, a better sailor, just because I was learning so much and spending so much time with people who are different from me. That when I got to the Navy, it was a piece of cake. I can understand, I learned from, the farm kid way up north, to the diehard Packer fan, in Green Bay. I learned so much from these people. They taught me so much from their culture, and I taught them from mine. They taught me food and, just different things that I wasn't accustomed to, and I taught them things they weren't accustomed to. And to me, that is the beauty of, the Lutheran Church. I haven't no knock to any other denominations out there, but I haven't seen it done like that, especially for youth. I think the Lutheran Church is so good with the youth, and I think that's where a lot of it starts. A lot of changing these stereotypes and changing these opinions, these negative opinions, is the youth. We got to reach the youth first. The youth was the most important piece of the puzzle, and so growing up, in the Lutheran church and being a black man at, a Lutheran camp was just amazing because a lot of my campers would be like, "Hey, you're the first, black person I've ever had a interaction with." They spent a week with us, and a lot of my campers, I was that representation of, knocking out that negative stereotype that they would see on TV or see on movies. I was knocking that stereotype away. Like, nah, this ain't how it is. There's some similarities, yeah. Like, I grew up in inner city Milwaukee. I grew up in, one of the roughest neighborhoods. I done had friends, not make it till they was 18. People I grew up with, people I played on the playground with, I done seen fights. I mean? I done, seen people sell drugs. It was crazy, but and I could have been so much part of that. Like I said, I'm the fifth child out of 7. And your parents ain't with you 24/7 to watch you, because mama got to work and dad got to work to put food on the table, and I got 2 phenomenal parents. My dad passed in March, God rest his soul, but he was a great influence, but at the same time, your dad ain't with you every day. He can't be in your ear every minute of the day because dad got to go make a living, your mom got to make a living. So those crucial times, especially in the summer, when you're out of school, and those in inner city, that's where a lot of the things happen is when in the summertime. A lot of I've seen kids, we in school a whole school year, 6th grade, kid, we were playing Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but in that summertime, that's when the kids pick up the guns. That's when, because you out of school, and that's when the kids get involved in gangs during that summertime. Because you really have nothing distracting you. But I had Hepatha. They had a worship, a ministry program from the age of 9 to about 16. I was in, working and volunteering at the church, and being part of work ministry, and then besides that, I also had Molly Haggerty, taking me on youth trips with her church, so I had all these distractions in the most crucial time of my life, and that came from the Lutheran Church, and I have not seen that done in any other denomination like I have seen it done in the Lutheran Church. So my rally call today, And one of the reasons why I'm speaking is I think we need more diversity in the Lutheran Church. We need to continue to, bridge these gaps, especially at a time like this. I mean, once this COVID mess is over, it's gonna be a lot of rebuilding. A lot of things gonna be different. Families become more important. At the same time, the human life has, been never been so much important like it is now. You can all this death and despair and this racial tension. There's a lot going on. And so when COVID dies down, we can all be together in fellowship and be together personally in community. All of us need to, just look inside ourselves and say, hey, we need to do things not just for us, but for others. We need to start following God's plan, and reaching out to, those less fortunate, and, even for those, more fortunate, we need to reach out to them too. Like I said, it's a two-way street. I had to mature in my mind to be able to go into your world. I had to get myself ready for that. I had to mature and get my negative stereotypes too. I had to get my fear of the unknown, out of my head so that I can embrace what you guys are teaching me. Because at the end of the day, it was only to make me a better person. So I had to, take all the negativity I had in here, I had to get it out of there, and I had to listen to what you guys were saying, what you guys are trying to teach me as a kid so that I can take it and be receptive of the information and take it back to my community. So we all play a part in this. No matter what age you are, everybody plays a part. And the goal, is to help others. And the goal is to be there for others and be that example, to be that Christ-like example. Let's start, we're in a bubble right now. Everybody's in a bubble. The NBA was just in a bubble. Everybody's living in a bubble, and that's cool. It's pandemic. Stay in your bubble. But when this pandemic is over and we, and we can all go outside again and live our normal lives, let's pop those. Let's pop those bubbles, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna unite somebody who looks way more different than you, someone who you're not accustomed to seeing all the time. You're gonna try to respectfully do the best you can, to go out and reach out to that person and and show him, hey, let's build our own community together. Let's stop being scared on both sides. And even for people like me, the African Americans, we need to get out of our mind, what our environment is. We need to live above, how we grow up. We need to trust in God and trust in God's plan, and unite with people. Like that's what it's all about. Our community is bigger than where we grew up. And I love my neighborhood. I know like I'm a advocate for my neighborhood and I love going there. But at the same time, I want my community, my neighborhood to know there's more out there than where we just grew up. And African Americans, we got to get out that mindset, that victim mindset. We need to go out there and we need to make things happen. We just got to stop sitting down and waiting and go out there and make it happen. We need to and just learn from each other as human beings. Let's all learn from each other to make not just the Lutheran Church a better place, but make the world a better place. And as Lutherans, like I said, just the history, is just so amazing. The rebels of the Catholic Church, we do things different. We do things in a different light. We do things, the way we do things the way we do it, but we still do things in God's plan. And this is cool being a Lutheran. I love it. I really do. And I want us to continue, to be the rebellious, awesome Christians that we are. I just think we're just a whole different brand of Christians. And I just, like, end of the day, let's just continue, to create opportunities for those who don't have the opportunity to create for themselves. Let's save more lives, because without the Lutheran Church, I would not have been able to make it in the military, and I will probably be stuck in my environment, to this day, So let's continue to make more success stories, you know, like myself, because I'm blessed, to have, like I said, those supporting factors, the support systems, in the times that I needed them. Um, so yeah, let's make more of that happen. Let's increase the diversity. I'm gonna do my part. My part is I'm gonna go to my community. When all this is over, I'm gonna continue to connect that bridge. I'm gonna continue to tell my story. Show people that look like me that you can be different from what this life has created for you. You can you create your own destiny. But you do it in God's will. You do it in God's plan. And you do it the right way. So I'm gonna do my part. So I want you guys, reach out to me. If you have any questions on, what we can do together, please, contact me. I'm looking forward to hearing from all you guys. Like I said, I'm so honored and so blessed to be speaking to you now. And hopefully, we ain't got to do this, on a video screen. And if you got any questions or anything, please let me know. You just want to say hi, want to know more, or, just reach out to me. I want to know more about you guys as well. So just please reach out to me. And I love you guys so much. Thank you to all the families out there. Be safe. Shout out to Kevin and his family. Love you guys and have a blessed holidays. And if you on my Christmas list, PS5. I want anybody wondering what I want for Christmas, PS5. But no, I'm kidding. But take care. Happy holidays to you and yours, and have a good one.